My name is Ruth Mae Johnson. I was born in 1942 in a shotgun house on the colored side of Montgomery, Alabama, where the red dust stuck to your ankles and the sun pressed down like God's own hand. My mama died birthing me, and my daddy, Lord rest him, got dragged behind a pickup truck when I was 6 for looking too long at a white woman's groceries. After that, it was just me and my grandmama, Miss Etta, who took in wash and told me, "Baby, the world don't owe you nothing, but you owe it everything." I started working at 10. Mopped floors in the white folks' kitchens before school. Scrubbed toilets after. My hands were cracked like creek beds by 12, but I kept them moving, because I had a dream burning in me hotter than any Alabama summer. A little girl with my eyes and a future I could never touch. I wanted her to walk through doors I only cleaned. When I was 33, still unmarried and bone-tired, the Lord gave me Delilah, born in the charity ward of St. Jude's, screaming like she already knew the world was unfair. I named her Delilah because the Bible said she cut a strong man down. And I needed my baby to be strong. I worked 2 jobs, cleaning offices at the state capitol by day, pressing uniforms at the laundry by night. My fingers bled into the starch, but I smiled when I came home to her. She was my sunrise. I taught Delilah to read with the labels on soup cans, sewed her school dresses from factory scraps. When the other kids laughed at her patched shoes, I stayed up braiding her hair with ribbons I saved from Christmas wrappings. "You gone, be somebody, baby," I whispered while she slept. "You gone, wear silk and speak words I can't pronounce." And she did. Delilah was sharp as a switchblade. Studied under the streetlight when the bulb in our trailer burned out. Won scholarships. Graduated top of her class. And at 24 passed the bar exam on her first try. My baby, the maid's daughter, became Assistant District Attorney Delilah Johnson. I cried so hard at her swearing in that the bailiff handed me a tissue. I kissed the Bible she swore on. Kissed her cheek. Kissed the ground she walked on in them high heels. Delilah moved to Atlanta. Bought me a little brick house in Decatur with a porch swing and a magnolia tree. "Mama, no more scrubbing," she said over the phone. "You rest now." I believed her. I retired my mop, my iron, my aching knees. Learned to bake cornbread without burning it. To watch Judge Mathis. To sit in the swing and feel the Georgia breeze on my old skin. Then came the shift. Slow. Like molasses turning sour. Delilah married Marcus, a corporate lawyer from Buckhead with a smile too perfect and eyes too cold. At the wedding I wore the lavender dress she bought me, but I felt like a relic. The guests spoke of Ivy Leagues and vacation homes. When I tried to hug her, she flinched. "Mama, you're sweating on my lace." After the wedding, the visits dried up. Phone calls got clipped. Delilah was swamped. Cases, conferences, Caribbean cruises. I understood. I'd taught her to soar. But then one Tuesday she showed up with 2 men in white coats and a clipboard. "Mama," she said, eyes on the floor, "you've been forgetting." Talking to the walls. The neighbors called Adult Protective Services. "It's not safe." I laughed till I coughed. "Forgetting? I remember every dime I earned for your braces. I remember the night you had asthma and I carried you 6 blocks to the 'cause the bus wouldn't stop for colored folks. I remember." Quote, "Stop it," she hissed. The men stepped closer. "This is for your own good. Willow Crest Memory Care. Top rated. They'll look after you."
I begged on my knees. Clutched her skirt like when she was 4 and scared of thunder. But Delilah pried my fingers off. One by one. "You're embarrassing me," she whispered. "Just go." They took me in a van with no handles inside. I screamed till my voice gave out. The nurses shot something in my arm that turned the world to cotton. Willow Crest was pretty. Azaleas. Pastel halls. The smell of bleach and lost dreams. They gave me pills that made my thoughts thick as sorghum. I stopped fighting. Sat in the garden watching butterflies die on the windshield of parked cars. Months blurred. I shuffled in slippers. Ate grey meat. Nodded when the doctors asked, "How are we today?" Quote, I wrote Delilah letters on the facility notepaper. I forgive you. Come see me. I still love you. But the staff said she'd blocked all contact. My daughter, my sunrise, had turned her back.
Then one morning the gates opened again. Another van. Another set of white coats. But this time the patient wasn't me. It was Delilah. She looked like death had already kissed her. Hair wild. Eyes hollow. Wearing the same pearl suit from her last court appearance. Now ripped and stained with something dark. The orderlies dragged her past my room. Our eyes locked. She knew me, and the shame in her face cut deeper than any knife. I pieced the story together from whispers. Nurses. Janitors. The schizophrenic lady who thought she was Coretta Scott King. Marcus had been stealing from her for years. Siphoned her trust fund. Forged her signature. Drained the accounts I'd never touched. Her best friends. Those bougie sorority sisters. Helped him. Falsified documents. Claimed Delilah was unstable. Had her committed to protect the money. The judge, his golf buddy, signed the order. Willow Crest. Same wing. Different floor.
Delilah wasn't crazy. Not at first. But isolation does things. They pumped her full of Haldol. Locked her in soft restraints when she screamed the truth. She stopped eating. Stopped speaking. Just stared at the ceiling. Whispering. Mama. Mama. Quote. One night. They wheeled her bed into the common room for movie therapy. The color purple. I sat 3 chairs away. When Sally finally leaves Mr. Delilah turned her head slow. Like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Tears cut tracks through the dirt on her cheeks. She mouthed my name. I waited till lights out. Slipped the night aid $5 I'd saved from vending machine change. She looked away. I shuffled to Delilah's room. The door was cracked. Moonlight striped the floor. She was curled on her side. Wrists bruised from restraints. I climbed onto the bed, old bones creaking, and wrapped my arms around her like when she was small. She smelled of hospital soap and betrayal.
I'm sorry, Mama, she whispered, voice raw. I became everything I swore I wouldn't. Shish, baby. I stroked her matted hair. We gon' get through this. Like always. We made a plan in whispers. I still had my mind. Pills be damned. I'd been hiding my meds under my tongue. Spitting them in the toilet. Delilah taught me about appeals. About patient rights. I started writing again. Not pleading letters. But affidavits. Every day I bribed the aide for paper. Every night I wrote till my hand cramped. We had help. Miss Coretta lady wasn't as crazy as they thought. She'd been a paralegal once. A janitor named Tyrone smuggled in a burner phone. Delilah's old mentor, Judge Hargrove, retired but still sharp, got wind through the grapevine. He pulled strings. 6 months later, the state investigation came. Marcus's empire crumbled. The sorority sisters flipped. Delilah was released first. Competency restored. Charges dropped. She walked out in my old housecoat. Hair cropped short. Eyes older than mine. They came for me next. Delilah herself. In a suit again. But softer now. No makeup. She knelt by my wheelchair. Mama, let's go home. I looked at her. Really looked. The daughter I'd scrubbed floors for. The stranger who'd locked me away. The broken woman who'd slept in my arms. I took her face in my cracked hands. Home ain't a place no more. Baby, it's us. We left Willow Crest together. The magnolia tree was blooming when we got back to Decatur. Petals thick as forgiveness on the grass. Delilah sold the big house Marcus bought. Paid restitution to the state. Kept only what was mine. We fixed up my little brick place. New paint. New swing. A garden where we planted collards and regret. Some nights she wakes screaming. I rock her like she's 5 again. Some mornings I forget where I am. She braids my hair with trembling fingers and sings the lullabies I taught her. The world still don't owe us nothing. But we owe it everything. And we're paying. One day. One tear. One I'm sorry at a time. I'm 83 now. Delilah's 49. We sit on the porch most evenings, watching fireflies blink like tiny promises. She's rebuilding her practice. Pro bono for elders abused by their kids. I'm her first client, her only witness. Sometimes she asks, Mama, do you hate me? Quote, no, baby, I say, squeezing her fingers. Hate's too heavy to carry. I let it go the day you came back.